Elio, congratulations on the pole. Going back to the first session, what really happened between you and Simon? Did he impede your progress that much? Did you feel that it warranted a penalty?
Well, unfortunately, I think it was a snowball. Will was kind of like wasn't going, and we were not understanding because we took enough gap from each other, and I think maybe he was having issues with the brand new set of reds. And when in my position, because I was the third car, so I was so far back, and I was catching those guys, and all of a sudden when it came to the hairpin, obviously Simon was also trying to he was also penalized from that situation, and it was too suddenly, so I actually touched Simon's rear wing on the hairpin. So, but we're able to come back and still made it to the top 6. So we were surprised actually when they penalized him. Obviously, we didn't say anything. So it's a shame because he was also a very good competitor. I mean, it's another card for Team Penske eligible to win. So we never know. So, Sebastian won starting from the back, and I hope that's not the case this weekend, but tomorrow. But for Team Penske, anything can happen.
Robert?
Elio, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yesterday you told a few of us, you were talking about the prestige of winning at Long Beach. You were happy that you had, and then you said, and I'm going to do it again. I don't know if you're prophetic or what, but you obviously have a really fast car right now. Is this the year?
Yeah, it is. So we're looking forward to a great race tomorrow.
Yeah, that easy.
Next question.
And I feel AAA machine it's right on rails right now. So, but qualifying is one thing, the race is another. But I feel that we have a very good chance.
Mary?
Graham, you mentioned that I think you said in the Fast Six you had a small issue. Could you explain what that is? And did you have any problem like with anybody slowing you down?
No, we were fine. I mean, we just had a good one going and just got an insanely long overboost penalty, and so went into the 4 or 5 up into 6 complex even on my best on my 4. And came out, 3.5 tenths down, just due to it, and had to pretty much just bail out. That was it. There wasn't going to be able to improve on my lap from before, so just saved the tires. But I mean, it's stacked. I mean, these guys talked about it before. I mean, I was looking this morning. I caught myself again looking at Formula One times, and the top 4 are spread by a second, and here. It's the entire field, and I thought to myself, my God, it'd be nice to have a nice second gap.
I was saying to James, it makes it stressful when you wake up in the morning. It's like,
well, you just know, like literally as a driver, if you are not 100% on your game and you do not nail the lap, you will not qualify well. I mean, it's that simple, and so it does make you. I mean, we've all been doing this a while, and your butterflies get going before qualifying because it's like you gotta hit it every time. So. But yeah, I mean, we just had a little deal. I'm sure all of us have had it, at some point or another, and unfortunately it bit us, and that was that.
Patrick and then Bruce.
Elio, we'll leave the age thing alone after this question. But how much is it motivating to try and keep these kids in their place, and how much does that keep you going?
Oh man, okay, kid, right. Right. It feels good, doesn't it?
Excellent. Keep going.
I know. I hear you. A lot. Every time I wake up in the morning, when I do my workout, and sometimes some of the guys, that are friends that come by that are really young, and when you come out and say like, yeah, you're tired, aren't you? Yeah, good. You feel good. So the point is, I'm always, when I come to the races, I feel great. And again, in my own team, I have incredible teammates, and they're incredible talent, incredible fast, so I'm always learning with them. So I'm not worried about the other ones, but I tell you what, when you beat our team, you feel pretty darn good because you're right on top. And but today is extra special because Long Beach is a great place. I remember winning here from the pole in 2001, and last 2 years was a little bit, I mean, we're right there. And so we're not going to let this escape again.
Yes, Bruce.
Two questions for you. Honda drivers, 2 years ago, we'd come to a street course race and see 6 Chevy drivers in the Fast Six. Look at it now. There's 5 and 1. So how redeemed do you feel?
It's a nice change.
Feels pretty damn good.
They've Honda's done a great job working over the off season. Engine spec has been sometimes a small improvement, sometimes a chunk, and it's definitely made a difference. But I do remember that. I do remember looking at the sheets and seeing all Chevys in the first,
particularly here,
half the field.
A couple years ago, it was literally a split field here, and it was.
I remember crying myself to sleep here.
Brutal. A couple times.
Yeah.
Brutal.
And then for Elio, how surrounded do you feel right now? You've got Honda to your left, Honda to your right, behind you, in your rearview mirror, everywhere you look.
I tell you, I'm not worried about them at this point, but I say that they did a very good job during the off season. Chevy has their. We are working on it the way we can, and I'm proud of those guys, and I'm sure that we're going to continue working because, you know, in the past, I think they won in the past 5-6 years on the championship, and at one point Honda would step up their game, and that's what they did this year. So now we got to keep put our engineers together and keep working. So hopefully to the end of the season, we also be battling for the championship.
Question up front here.
Larry Mason, carsandcompetition.com for Alexander Rossi. It looked like in the final session there you locked up the brakes, the fronts going into turn 6. Did that affect the ultimate speed during your quali?
Didn't help. Probably yes. That was the mistake on my part. So yeah, it was unfortunate, and I think we could have been fighting for the front row, but at the end of the day, it's okay. I mean, we're in the Fast Six, and it's a strong starting spot, and I think we can definitely fight to go win from there.
Lewis and then Mary.
Lewis Frank Reuters, congratulations, Elio. Thanks. Some years ago, you got Roger to climb the fence with you after winning Indy. This year, you kind of did a mosh pit-like jump into your crew members' arms after winning the pole. You think you can get an 80-year-old man to jump into your crew guys' arms?
No. He's not going to do that. He's not going to do that, I guarantee. But it's pretty cool to have Roger in your corner and again, calling the shots. He's and in fact, when I came in on the lap, I don't think he was looking to the lap time. He knew that we were running out of gas, so he would just make sure that I came in without and it's not stopping on the racetrack. So when I came in, he's like, all right. So when I looked to the to the timesheet, and I was like, whoa, what a lap! And I was like, I know, I know. So it was pretty funny. But Roger is the master of calling some shots, especially in strategy, and I have the best in my corner for tomorrow, and that's why I'm super confident.
Mary?
This was brought up yesterday about the pit exit, which became an issue, as I recall, last season when Dixon was coming down the track and Pagano came out of the pits and managed to get in front of him in the first turn. So I'll ask this of Elio, since you're starting in the front row. You know, what's your understanding of where you can exit the pit lane, and can you see where you need to, where you have to pass by? I know there's an orange stripe across horizontally, but what can you see from the car?
Yeah, you can. It gets a little bit confused, to be honest, because it's really far down. So I'm not even. Yesterday, I thought I did a good job, but it sounds like I was towards the end of they call me in. So I'm not leaving even a doubt. I'm just going straight to make sure that I don't have any issues. But you can see, and hopefully there is a sensor. So people need to be careful because you can't go in that gray area. You might be called. So, but you can see.
Question from Mark in the back.
Ryan, you and I had this conversation yesterday, and I think maybe you were a little confused about the number of laps this year. The race is five laps longer this year than last. So a question to you or anybody up there, is that going to make it definitely a 3-stop race, or do you think you could still stretch it on 2 stops?
Can we take that one, bro? Unfortunately, no. It's very possible still on 2 stops with saving. So we need a yellow to really kind of spice it up. I know we managed to go without a yellow last year, which was pretty impressive, but realistically, it should have been probably shortened by 5 laps and
Or
allowed
longer
us-
by more.
or
longer by
lengthened
10.
by like 15. Yeah, so it's yeah. Well, for us kids, we're happy for a longer race. No, it's I mean I commend IndyCar for trying to address the issue, because we did talk about this last year, but unfortunately we just missed it. So I really hope that there's some yellow early in the race to kind of throw some strategies out there.
I agree with him.
First time for everything.
Any final questions before, oh goodness, yes, Tony.
Other Tony.
Ryan, for you, how nice has it been to have Ray back solely on the 28, a couple races in, and have Eric now kind of overseeing the team's engineering side to where you guys have made the street course gains?
Yeah, I mean, I have to credit the whole team. You know, it's really been a group effort. It hasn't just been one guy here or there coming up with the ideas. Everybody's been really looking forward to that new angle of approach on street courses and on road courses as a whole. You know, and the drivers are really working well together. It's nice to have Ray's full attention. Now we can actually go through some data traces and stuff like that, rather than him disappearing all the time and kind of overseeing everything. But the entire team has done a really good job, with Eric coming on and Jeremy, Alexander's engineer. All of us really working together in a setup direction has been beneficial so far. So early days still. We've only been to St. Pete, and we just qualified for the second round of the season. So long way to go. I really won't say much other than that. It's a good start.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, Elio, congrats for the millionth time.
Thank you.
Now, I'm looking up there, and I'm no other team Penske. So no teammates. I know you're not a kid, but can you think back 12 months from now? Are you having more fun this year? A little more competition? We talked about Honda and the manufacturers, but your teammates are absent.
Yeah, it's surprising. I think Simon would be up here for sure, and I'm not sure what happened to them, to be honest. I was kind of like surprised, but well, it is what it is. I give it full credit to my teammates, because we were working so together that each one started learning from each other, and I did get this pole position because of learning each corner from those guys. And I mean, it's a great team effort. It's great to work with the guys like that. We are having a lot of fun. Joseph is a great addition to the team as well. But in the end of the day, we are having a good time.